Welcome to Business Automated, where we help you automate and simplify your business processes. Recently, Airtable has released a couple of really neat automations that allow you to create very interesting solutions inside of Airtable. In this episode, we'll show you how to create an automated follow-up email that can be sent out to the members of your team to remind them, for example, about meeting with the key customers. Let's get to it. First, let's quickly explain the sample setup of our CRM base. We're having three tables here: leads, interactions, and team. Team contains the team members from our team, and it contains name, email, and that's basically it. The leads contain the people that we are supposed to be contacting. So we are having the name of the contacts, we are having their emails. Let's ignore the interactions for now. We also have the person that is assigned in charge of those interactions. We are also having the last modified date, which indicates when was last time any activity happened to this particular record. And one more thing that we have here is a field called minutes ago. And this indicates how many minutes ago last interaction has happened. So what we are doing here, we are doing a datetime function that deducts basically from the current time the last modified date and show this in minutes. It actually could be more useful for a proper setup to have it, let's say, in days, but just here for the sample of this video, for example, this video will be using minutes, and I'll show you what this is useful for. And we are also having here a column which is called status, whether this lead is active or not. And within the leads, we're having one more view called here follow-up view. And within this follow-up view, we are showing only leads that are not closed and when the last interaction has happened more than 5 minutes ago. As mentioned, this actually could be days. So for example, we could have in this view only the leads that we had some sort of interaction with at least five days ago. So in this view, we will have only the leads that no one has spoken to for more than five minutes. And alright, let's see what happens if we record an interaction inside of the interaction table. So first thing, we're selecting a client, and let's select, let's say, Maciej, and then interaction method was email, and that's it. We go back to the follow-up, and we see that this person has disappeared from the follow-up. Now, within 5 minutes, this person will come back to this particular record. So in the meantime, let's start working on our automation. So the first step will be to create a new automation, and this automation will react to a trigger called when record enters view. We will select the leads table, and for the view, we will select the follow-up view. So whenever we have a record showing up over here, it will be triggering this automation. So let's run a test. Running a test is necessary to have the data in the next steps, and we can see the first record here on the list being shown here in the test. So this data would change to that new record that will show up whenever the record that we have just changed will come back to this table. So once this new record enters the view, the same data will be passed to the next step, which is the action. For the action, we'll actually use send email. And this send email is using Airtable send emails. It will use Airtable servers and Airtable emails, so it will not come, you don't need to set up your own email account, or you don't need to have an external provider. It will just come back straight away from Airtable. So the first step will be to have two. So in this case, I will show you one trick that is necessary, because two will be the email of our team members. So the emails of our team members are linked here, and to have them visible on the lead table, what you would do normally would be a lookup field. This is also the reason why we have a lookup field over here, which does a standard lookup, who is the person in charge, and we want to get the email from that person. Unfortunately, due to the construction of Airtable automation, it's not possible to use that field. So we cannot use lookup field. So what we are doing, we are basically grabbing the email from that lookup field in additional fields here as a text. So we are converting this email, just basically typing the name of this column and empty string. So this would helps to convert this from what it is as an array underneath into basically plain text. This way we can select that particular email from here. So we will insert that email, and then the subject will type, and here we will select the name of the client, and here we will type the message. So we will say hi, and the name of the person that is in charge of the record. So this will be hi, select from the record, and this is person in charge. And here actually we can select the name, so it's name. It says list of names since these can be multiple people, but it's only one in our case. And again, name of the client. What we can also do, we can add certain attachments in here, or we can also add CC or BCC field, and we can also select a field here to be used as a label. So instead of Airtable email, so we can say Greg at. We also can specify an email to reply to if we don't want to have the standard no reply email from Airtable. Alright, and we can do a test of this step. So we can see that the email has been created here straight away with the name that we have put as the name from. It was sent to Lulu, and it is using reply to email that we have given there. So it's possible to reply to this email and send a message back to us, but the email arrived from the Airtable mail server. Alright. So the test was successful. We can click the done button, and that's it. Basically the automation is set up. The only thing left is to turn it on. And what we are doing now, we are waiting for the record that we have adjusted to show up back in the follow-up view. So let's go back to the grid view, and we can see that this is 3 minutes that have passed, and our follow-up view is created to send up follow-up emails whenever this minutes ago is bigger than 5. So we can actually change this to trigger this immediately. We actually removed it, so it put the record straight away. So that should have triggered the automation run over here. Correct, we can see that the automation was sent out, and these are the details that were sent out inside of this automation. We can see the name, we can see the field details and so on, and we can also see the details inside of that email. Alright, let's check the email itself. And here is the email that was sent out to John. You can see John at Business Automated with sent out from Airtable email, but with reply to me in case anything would be needed to reply from the email. And the email says you need to follow up with this particular customer. We could also add other details about the customer, like a phone number, if that would be more helpful. This way we can basically set up this Airtable to work on whatever time we want, whether it's 7 days, whether it's 14 days, if that would be a longer lead for the clients, and so on. And as we can see, whenever we add interaction with any of the clients, Julian and another client, let's say Romeo, and we can see there's no one else in the follow-up view, but once the time has passed, and I would recommend to change it from minutes to days, then we will see those records showing up in the follow-up view and triggering this automation. I hope this is helpful for you, and it will help you make your business more productive. Sign up for more videos, and please subscribe.